times in my life I've been wondering why. Still somehow I believe we'd always survive.
Hi there, welcome to my weekly messages. I'm Jalila Starr. Today the topic is U.S., Iran, and World War III. We've got to change the timeline. I don't know about you, but I've been following a lot of these people who have been making big, great breakthroughs in quantum physics as well as time travel and timelines. And there's a few of them on the internet have been putting out some excellent videos and calls. And what they're telling me gives me a lot of hope. It's basically the physical and scientific evidence for what the Nibiruns told me over a decade ago. In fact, one of them I've given you a link to is a talk between Andrew Weber of Exopolitics and Mr. I think it's Andrew Basiago, who as a child was part of Project Pegasus. And it was the military's project to send children into the future and into the past and then have them come back and report. Well, I tell you, that was fascinating. But one of the things he talked about on there was how they discovered, the military, discovered that humans have the ability to alter the future. We have the ability to alter timelines through our emotions. And like I said, that's something I was told many, many years ago. In fact, the way he talks about, this is a little side note, the way he talks about being given certain points in time and he had to go to those points. Well, that's what I was being taught at 3 o'clock in the morning back in 1996 when I was awakened every night to what I did, what I called back then traveling the timelines. I had no idea what it was. But they were going into the future and they were going into the past, and several things that he talked about were things that I saw as well back in 1996 before I ever knew anything about remote viewing or Project Pegasus or anything. But what's interesting, here's another little side note, the symbol for Project Pegasus is Pegasus, the winged horse, and that was the symbol that I was given as well. So I'm still trying to figure out that one. And no, I don't think I was part of Project Pegasus. At least, you know, there was no military around me. Anyway, moving forward, the topic is we've got to alter the timelines. I'm sharing this with you because I realize that this is what I'm supposed to be doing now. Yes, I'm supposed to be going back into 3D, but that's to create a bridge for people awakening. I'm going to be a bridger. And whether that's a new concept or it's a new plan or it was a part of the original plan and I'm just now figuring it out, I'm not really sure. But the bottom line is I know that I'm supposed to be doing it. And from the feedback that I got from many of you, you realize you're supposed to be doing it as well. So you give me confirmation just like I gave you confirmation. So, hey, I love it that we're all in this together. So I am passionate about sharing with you what I see coming up. I think that is my job as a messenger, to sound the alert and let you know and help you prepare for things that you as starseed walk-ins and light workers are supposed to be doing, because this is what you came to Earth for at this time. You came for the changes, right? Well, guess what? We're in the changes, and one of the things that the changes meant is that we are supposed to be altering the timelines. So, and we do that through our emotions. But here's the thing. We have to become aware of what it is we're supposed to alter. Otherwise, we're just kind of shooting in the dark. So when I give you messages like today and I send you to links, I implore you to take your time and go and listen and watch whatever these links provide, because this is your information. If you know what you're going to alter, you're much more effective, like I said, than if you're just kind of, oh, we just need to bring love and light to the planet. Okay, that's great. But when you pinpoint something, when you focus on it, it is amazing what people can do. So I've sent you 3 links. Number 1 is, once again, I'm taking you back to Foster Gamble's website and to his blog and the video, Follow the Money, about why the U.S. is trying to hit Iran. There's another one I did not put on there. Well, I guess I'll go back and put it on there. To Mr. Keshi, MT Keshi, who has the weaponry that Iran is going to be using to help protect themselves from invasion from the U.S. But they're not going to be completely successful in the fact that the U.S. is going to use Syria to launch some kind of attack that's going to somehow affect Iran and scatter its people. Well, that's in Revelations. Now, we can also alter that one too, and we just have to work on it. So that's one of the things that you're going to be working on, is altering that attack on Syria, which would end up scattering the people in Iran. And I'm thinking it could be a nuclear attack. And the radioactive winds would be just like in ancient Samaria. It would travel and it would kill everything in its path. So we don't want that to happen. So that's one of the things we've got to alter. And we've got to alter this timeline about World War III. That it never escalates to that point. That it's that the good guys get in here in the United States, they do all the arrests that they need to do, take the people out of power, the cabal out of power, in a dignified, quiet manner where there's not a whole lot of uproar. Hopefully, no bloodshed. That's what we're going to aim for: no bloodshed, and collapse the old systems and bring the new systems back on. That's what we need to be focusing on. So the other two links are to Project Pegasus information from Dr. Basiago and Andre Weber, and another one with Andre Weber and Drake, who is, if you will, a former military and has a lot of inside information. And he also talks about the positive outcome. We really are running on two different timelines right now. One in which we see a World War III and one which we see nothing. The one we see nothing will also have a very mild passing of Nibiru. The one in which there's a World War III will also include a major catastrophic event. So we're trying to completely get off that timeline, and we're making headway, but we need to keep focusing. So one last thing. I feel that maybe one of the things I also need to do is do a conference call where it's going to be totally free. It's going to be Friday night, the 31st, at about 8 p.m. Central Time. And everybody call in, and I will share with you the galactic perspective on this about Iran and Israel and the Middle East and the U.S., and take you through the formula of compassion so we can release the cabal, because that's really the only way you're going to change the timelines. You've got to release the dark side from playing its role. And if we focus on this together, 10 people can have a huge impact because of the frequency of compassion, which I'm not going to go into now because I'm running out of time. So think about it. If you want it, send me an email. If I can set it up very quickly, but I need to have a certain number of people who respond by Wednesday. If I don't get that number, then I will not do it. But I need you to help me, and together we can begin to make an impact on this. So that's it for the week, and I will talk to you next week. Bye-bye. Are you gonna wait for a sign?